La da la da dee ba ba. Woo, that's beautiful. Sing along, hi ho. Oh, I'm trying to find the right note here because we got a lot of other sing-along songs to sing along with. Hi ho. Oh no, I gotta get ready here. Hi ho. Oh, there it is.
Hi ho, it's home from work we go.
Those little guys is so cute.
Hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, it's home from work we go.
Although it was later advertised as the first volume of the show, this is actually the show's second episode. The original 1987 version of this episode had the Pirates of the Caribbean Disney attraction song Yo Ho, Pirate's Life for Me, and the Siamese Cat song from Lady and the Tramp. The tape that I'm currently showing you was manufactured on April 23, 1992. Back to those two songs. They were cut from later releases, however, this newer copy that I'm showing you is the 1993 release with the Siamese Cat song left intact, even though it has a print date of February 28, 1996. The reason why Disney had to label this volume Volume 1 is because Disney thought that Snow White will be the world's first animated feature, but I can find this very confusing considering that this is the second episode I ever made. Anyways, moving on.
And we got zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay.
My, oh my, what a wonderful day.
Now this is really the first episode from 1986, and as I've mentioned earlier, the newer order with Hi Ho as Volume 1, to me, is really confusing. Now this episode is really worth talking about because this episode focuses on the movie that was not released on home video in North America, as Disney was afraid of putting Song of the South onto home video shelves, because Disney thought it would offend some modern-day viewers with its African-American stereotyping. And there is a similar controversy going on that James Baskett, who sang the song you just heard, was thought by other people that he was wearing prosthetic makeup for the skin, but he's not, he's a real black man. But very recently, I've heard some very good news. One of Disney's officials, I forget his name, has actually told some local newspapers that Disney is considering whether or not they should put Song of the South onto the shelves. He said, "We'll think about it." Will this ever happen? Well, we'll find out soon enough. Now I'd like to show you a release that has not been seen before or seen very few times. So, are you ready for the shock? This is the one. Very few copies of this release were manufactured, and it has the exact same programming content from the warning screens to the program itself from 1986. The final 2002 release has the exact same cover design except in red. The only problem is that it's really hard to find. I'd like to conclude this subject by wishing that, offensive or not, that Song of the South would finally wind up on DVD and Blu-ray shelves. Now, moving on.
Then you can fly, or better still, sing with Peter Pan and the Wendy person.
And bid your cares goodbye. You can fly, you can fly, you can fly, you can fly, you can fly.
Though this was episode 4 from 1988, this is labeled Volume 3 in 1990, just like Hi Ho when it was labeled Volume 1, even though it was the second episode. This marked the hosting debut for Lily Von Drake, who at the time was the kid's own Jerry Lewis. This episode also originally featured He's a Tramp from Lady and the Tramp, but for undisclosed reasons, this was left out in the 1994 release. And it was also omitted from this DVD. But the bright side is that the original 1988 promo that came with this episode is also featured at the very end of this DVD, along with the original end credits if you pick the French version. On in the next episode.
And look for the bare necessities, those cookie bare necessities.
Forget about your worries and your strife. I mean the bare necessities are Mother Nature's recipes that bring the bare necessities of life.
Even though it was later labeled Volume 4, this episode was produced right after Hi Ho on the same year, thus making it the third episode of the show. Which is why I'm now going to say that this is the first episode to have a different host other than Professor Owl. For all the copies that were ever produced, the exact same programming content opening and closing were left intact for all prints. Which is kind of similar to what you see on the DVD. They reused the same opening logo as what you see on the VHS tape. Like You Can Fly, the original promo that came with this VHS tape was left on the DVD. Now let's go to the next episode.
And there's fun with Ludwig? No, I mean fun with music. And with that Dodger from Oliver and Company, you got nothing to worry about.
Why should I worry? Why should I care? Yes, just keep population. I got sweet sapphire prayer.
Though labeled Volume 5, this is produced show number 6. This is the only sing-along songs episode that never made it to the third wave, as it had to become 101 Notes of Fun for the UK market and other countries. Quite some time before this episode came out, the previous episode, which I'm not going to be talking about for quite a while, will be the last episode produced for the show. But with a minor box office success for Oliver and Company, even though it was released on the same day as Land Before Time, we might get a sing-alongs episode produced just like that. And we got it. With the release of this episode, we might get more new episodes that focuses on more brand new animated features that would come around that same time. One example is what I'm going to show to you right now. So, I'm going to roll that clip right now.
Under the sea. We can also sing along under the sea, another wet place. Darling, it's better down where it's wetter. Take it from me.
Though labeled Volume 6, this is the 7th episode made. It was also noted that this is the first brand new sing-along songs episode to feature freshly recorded new music from Andy Billing, who will go on to record music for other incoming sing-along episodes. This is one of the first Little Mermaid toys that would help Disney to gain back its money it lost from the past projects it made, like the Black Cauldron and the Great Mouse Detective. This is also the animated movie that would mark the beginning of the Disney Renaissance, which means that it actually topped Don Bluth at the box office when he put out All Dogs Go to Heaven without the help of Steven Spielberg. The VHS duplication process of this volume would continue on until October 2005, 1 month after 4 of the live-action Disney sing-along songs episodes were released on DVD, just before VHS was taken off the market.
What else you got there? Oh, Disneyland fun. I gonna have a lot of fun singing on Disneyland, because, you know, Disneyland's a good place to have fun.
It's a small world after all. It's a small, small world.
This episode originally came out on the same day as Under the Sea, to mark the 35th anniversary of Disneyland. It is considered one of the more popular sing-along songs episodes, considering that this video was thought to take children like you were actually in the theme park, which I think is an awesome concept, and it is still being beloved by Disneyland lovers today. This first live-action sing-along songs episode marks the producing debut of then newcomer Gregory Sills, who would go on to produce other fun-filled sing-along songs episodes like Let's Go to the Circus, Pongo Perdita, and a couple others. The DVD you are seeing can currently be available on Amazon, eBay, and even at Disney Movie Rewards if you have over 1,000 points. Now we're going to the next episode.
And then there's I Love to Laugh. Actually, I love to laugh, you love to laugh, we all love to laugh. Everybody loves to laugh and sing about it and whatever.
This is considered to be the last sing-along songs episode that focuses on the classic, non-new Disney movie. For another undisclosed reason, the title for I Love to Laugh has been changed to Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I'm sorry for not giving you any more facts on this episode, as it's not considered any of the more popular Disney sing-along songs episode. So we're moving on to the next one.
And from Beauty and the Beast, we can all sing along with the pots and the teacups and the vases, everything but the kitchen sink in Be Our Guest.
According to one of my friends, System Operator, there exists a print of this tape that carries the exact same set of previews Friend Like Me had. But I've heard that there aren't such copies that I ever come across that has those previews. Here's the ironic thing of the 2 tapes I have in this video. The copy that I'm now showing you does not contain Little Wooden Head anywhere. For one more good unknown reason, Little Wooden Head had to be omitted from all future VHS printings and Laserdisc printings. But I heard that it was once because it had to be updated for Colors on the Wind and the early years. This said it was made right after the original release of this video, which is why my tape was printed on September 5th, 1992. Now here's the truth. The 1994 re-release that I'm showing to you guys has Little Windhead left intact, because System Operator told me that this is a mixed up print. That's because the tape that is inside this case has a print date of May 9th, 1992. Now we're going on to the last episode that I'm now going to talk about.
And you ain't never had a friend like this one. He's that big blue cookie fella. It's the very friendly genie from Aladdin. And he's got some wishes to grant in a friend like me. Now you at home, yes, you can join in the fun, sing, dance, and play along to your favorite Disney songs.
This episode marked the debut of the newly remixed versions of the opening and closing theme songs to this video. Like Zippity Doo Dah, this has a rare re-release of this volume, but hardly any copies are available there. And it also has the exact same opening and closing content the original 1993 release had. And I do know that Flickr 98 has this. And thus ends this video about the sing-along songs descriptions. I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, this is Film017 Forever saying, peace out.